You're welcome to WordPress website from scratch part 2. Uh, Today we are going to continue from where we stopped. Our course outline as it states, we had to cover domain registration, hosting my domain, installing my WordPress framework, launching WordPress website, choosing themes and plugins to work with, which we've already done, a one-page site live project. The last time we tried to use the theme, we found out that there's a conflict in the theme with our design. So we decided to go back to step 5, then wrap up step 6 with it. In the next 30 minutes, you are going to be designing a one-page website using a free theme because our trial hosting trial version only allows us to use the existing themes or free themes. It doesn't allow us to upload external themes into the server. If you are using the same hosting I'm using, the trial version, it won't allow you to do that. So let's get back to work. So I'm in my WordPress dashboard. I believe you know how to do that. You type the name of your own site there and log into the WP dashboard from there. So what do? We want to try and get a new theme. Since the theme we have in existing is conflicting with what we have. So we'll just go ahead and look for another theme. So let's quickly look for. You could have different names of theme in your mind that you want to put. I also have one. I decided to go for Gutenberg, and send it and see the variety of themes that comes to me. So we have different things coming up. We have different ones here, and you have news. You have as much as possible. So what I need right now, it's something. Don't forget the purpose of the theme is just to beautify the page, okay, to change the color and customizing of your font and the appearance of your site. So because of our time, let's quickly go for this. I go for this. You can go for any one you want. You can change the appearance, change the look to what you want. So after this, we preview to see the changes of the theme on our site. Then we head back for our home page. Okay, so the theme is quite showing some of our works here, and let's customize the theme. Let's customize it. Okay, so this is our home page. That's what it looks like right now. And the team currently have this here. And we'll work on that. Let's quickly get back to work. So get started. Install plugins. This team requires some plugins too. Okay, so sometimes if team or most time team asks you to install their phone require plugin, and it's always necessary to follow suit because these are what this team needs to function properly. If not, you will not be able to have a good experience with that team. So probably said I've activated this, I've activated virtually everything. Okay, say I have WordPress and everything. Okay, if I have it, then probably let's get back to. No, we are not going pro right now. Okay, you can see that if you want to buy the team, let's go back to site and just select our logo again. Perhaps there. So let's just go with that. Let's go image. can skip cropping. Okay, so transparent and not the same thing. Okay, skip cropping. And let's get back to work. Okay, with the name of the, we have to add the tag. We're not adding tagline. Okay, okay. All right, so we'll go with borders, background. As we are making changes, it should be our logo, our team should be having some changes. So, okay, so just follow what I'm doing and let's try as much as possible to get our goal achieved. These are some of the layout that the team give us opportunity to use. We have the team, let me click on that layout here. It should change what is in here. Okay, look at the layout. The logo should be at the side now, while the navigations here, the logo should be at the side, selecting this other one. Okay, I'm going to just go for the first one, leave it there. Okay, so let's prefer we use the norms, the usual we always take. So let's see how it looks like first, because we want this to come up, the slogan. Okay, so you could go ahead and just give it anything you want. Okay, you can specify your width from this container if you want it to be larger than this or smaller than this. Don't forget that WordPress has the ability to make your WordPress is mobile compatibility. It has mobile compatibility for Android and iOS and other operating system also. So you know worry yourself about that. And let's go. This is when if you want your footer to be there while you are scrolling through, you could see it here. Let me enable sticky footer right now. Then you understand what the sticky means. As I scroll, my footer will remain. Okay, my footer is right here. And if I enable okay, so let's just disable that right now. Let's get back to customizing our site. Let's check the color out. The background is white right now. We want it to be somehow black for the home page. The accent color, okay, so you change it or you leave it for the site. So typography and font of the site, and we have the base font size is 16. Okay, we have now here we go, the content font, the navigation font, the site title font, and so you could change it to whatever you want. For the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to leave it like that. So this header image is like the image background for the header, but currently we don't have any. But I'm going to try and use the one I have here, and what I want to pick right here, don't forget, is this is good for me. Okay, I think it's good enough. Just crop it. See the changes it brings to the screen. Okay, so this is a call for changes to this very text here. So okay, so I go ahead and we need to come back to color. Okay, the text, let's go, the image, let's come to background image. We don't need any background image since we have background color here. So the menu set to what we want it to be. The widget, the top bar, and all those things. If you want to add widget, you could add it from the customized menu directly from here. The footer has 3 columns. There are 3 sections. That will be here. 1, 2, 3, and whatever you are adding into these sections will be arranged, aligned on the. That's beyond the scope of this course. So we are just going to focus our attention on the goal that is before us. So we need to change the color of our tagline. Let's come back to that. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Okay, subtitle style with okay, with background, no styling. Okay, site title. We are not using the site title. We want to work on this tagline. This team didn't give us the option. We'll come back to that. We'll make a progress. So let's just go ahead and we'll come back to this. So let's check our homepage out right now. Okay. The most funniest thing is that if a site is good and you can't see the navigations, you can't see anything properly, then the site is as good as confusing. So let's just go ahead and back to our customize and give it the header a bit of a light mode work. So let's give a light mode of work and see how it goes from there. Okay, the image and then we use Edo's image there. So for the background, we want that to be. So we change the header. Okay, let's go ahead and change the header. Okay. Okay, so let's try and upload something different. Our pictures around on my desktop in my download bucket. So I just navigate there and get what I want. So I'm doing it for the sake of this course so that it won't look as if we just jam pack everything together and we want to confuse you. No, I want this course to be so much of interesting to every one of us that is participating. So look for the best image that suits your team. If your team is like mine, but if not, you could go ahead and change the theme to something you wanted. Okay, so I have a white background in there. I'll tell you why I choose that. Because after selecting a shape, I have the opportunity of selecting the background. That's what I need. So let's go. So we have this right here. So we're good to go. Let's get back to work now. Let's check our site. Let's check it out. So we're making progress, isn't it? All right. So what we want to focus on right now is to build our home page, make our home section, our blog section, and our contact us still all on this page. Now let's dive into that. We don't have all the time in the world right now. We'll go back to pages where we have the design. Go back to pages. Okay. All right. So we can see this is a home, the front page, which we are working with using Elementor. So we'll get back there and edit with Elementor. Good. So right now, we are going to, the first thing we do right now is to work on our first slide. In previous session, we have the slide. So if you weren't following, I will advise that you look at the previous section. Okay, this should be for our spacer. We are not editing the spacer. We want to edit the column. Good. You can see it now as a column there. So we need a background. We need a background, a classic one. So let's choose an image. Let's go. Okay. All right. Okay. The position, center. Okay. Let's come down. We don't want any repeat, no repeat. So it can be 1. Okay, now there is no repeat, so we put it in default. Or we use stretch if there is stretch. If there is no stretch, then we are going to customize it, knowing fully the position, so we go for 1024, which happens to be the width of the site. Then we go for 250. Okay. All right. So I expect it to show in the site, but if it's not, then we have to make it show. Okay. You have to make it show. So let's come back to the default. Okay. All right. So let's select our image again and check the dimension. The problem comes from the size of our image. So I suggest you look for a befitting image and upload into our site. So let's go. Let's do for an image. Okay. Site still loading. Okay. 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 Just hold on, please. All right, so I have this. I'll just go with that one. Sorry about the navigation. I was hoping I would see something different. I need something still deep, a bit deep, okay? So I have this here, and I have this here. So go ahead to edit my text. Turn it to white. You're welcome, text color. I'm working with Elementor right now. So if you don't know, if you're not used to it before, I would advise you follow what I'm doing. Following it will help you to get things right. Okay. 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 One of the things about using a new method is that it makes our work easier, and interesting, not just faster. So I've packed this. Okay. And I see some things here which we'll try and correct. Okay. Okay. Let's try and remove this. Okay. Remove the tags. Okay. All right. Okay. So we could just use break here. This break can give us just a line break. Then we can use break again to create another line break. Okay. So we could have app development on one line. Then making this is an HTML code that helps you in defining, in controlling the appearance of your text, of your font, of the look of your page, of the content of your page, if you can't control them directly due to the default configuration of WordPress theme. So now we have welcome apps development, making programming easier for analysts. So how do I add buttons to this? Don't mind the content I put there. So we just want to make something hard there. Okay. So we want to add buttons. So I put my button right here and change the text to learn more. Change the color of your button. Okay. Style you text text color to white, while we have the background color. Okay, it's choosing the default, so we choose red. Okay, we come back to the content. We want it centered. Okay, we don't have a place right now. We are going to be working linking each one of these to a CSS ID. Each of the navigation bar will be linked to a CSS ID. And how we're going to do that, you're going to know it now. Now I'm using this as like, then the next thing is news, like what I mean the home page features. So let's quickly come down to this, click on this and stretch the column. Okay, and let's quickly add another extra. Okay, there's a spacer inside it. Okay, that's the okay. Let's add inner section. Okay. All right. So we want to add something here. We won't just want to add some image, something fascinating. Okay. So I had this here. So then we want to add text here. So we click on this. So welcome. We offer the best creative design services. So we don't want our text looking like this. We could change it, okay? That is just the default that comes from the heading, the default heading there. We have medium, change it. You could go as well as far as changing it from here. We want to have white. Not only that, we're not done. We need the typography. We need the typography to change, like the size. Okay, the weight. Change the default. Okay, could change to normal. Okay, and we want the line height. Okay, okay. So then we could we need an image also here. We have different designs. Let's just go ahead and okay. Okay, we could change the image size from here to anything we want. Let's check different. We have the thumbnail, we have the medium, we have different things to play with. Okay, we have different based on what I have installed here. Okay, so just go ahead and choose the medium. Prefer something a bit low. Okay, so we need to add another thing. Before you start your design, you must have a drawing or a plan. When I mean drawing, I mean you must have carve out or draft out how you want your site to look like. So when you start designing, you don't just start out of the bloom. You design based on what you have in your imaginary. Okay. Unbeatable pricing. Unbeatable price with excellence. Don't worry about that. We fix it. Can fix it up. So just come to style. Okay. So we change it as usual to white. White goes with our background. It appeals to our background. Okay. Sorry about that. So like we could use red also. Okay. Okay. Typography. Okay. Okay. Capitalize this word. Style. So let's have a space a bit here. So let's update and refresh our site. So this will be our home. These are slides. Okay, we need to stretch this. We need to stretch this column. Okay. Let's see. Okay. All right. We come back to that data. So we have to create our CSS ID, which is using scrolling from level 1 to level 2, level 3. So now let's quickly have our blog, then contact us. Our blog section will be here. So let's check one of our site out and pick something from there. NSB, okay. I think we have this here. Pick okay. Could have something. Okay. Okay, I think we take something else for the sake of privacy. Okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and paste in. We're just using this. We just want to have something in forms of a blog in here. So we need some news in there. So I paste in a root text in form of a pseudo in there. Okay. If you're wondering why this did not change, bet me, this must be an header. You see what I'm saying? The heading were default in black. It came with default black, transparent black. I think it's good. It's beautiful. So let's leave it like that. If you want to change it, go ahead and change it. You can, the text can only change if you remove the heading. Text color can only change if you remove the heading. So let's check this out. So we have job descriptions and all those things like that. Okay, now let's add image to our work. Okay, so this is job description, now blogs and go like that, and we want to add something. Let's add something in news, something of a news crowd of people. We need people in the blog and go like that. So just want to add something. Okay, we need okay. This is a face. Okay, count. We need face of humans in there. So I'm just going to take my time to have something in there. Okay, something in there. All right, so let's go. We have enough image right now, and so I could just go with lady. I think I'm cool with a picture. So why is it looking small? So let's go ahead and edit back the image and check the size. WordPress automatically changes the size of our picture. So if you want to get it back, you click that edit and get the proper picture that you want. One of the advantages when you have a big picture is that you could resize it on your own and gives you the quality that you want. But if it's already small, making it big can reduce the quality of the picture. Or if it is big and you're trying to reduce it, then you could be sure that the quality of the picture will still be maintained as long as it doesn't exceed the original size of the picture. Okay, so let's make it I'm trying to make sure I get what I want. Okay, so let's see this. You can see here text come in here text come up and down. Right here it comes to the right and left. Here comes like the default. So I want the align left, not just the file. Okay, so once I'm through with that, I'll update. Okay, and try to refresh my site out. What we are here for is to get the result, right? So that is that. We call this blog session. So we're going to give it blog title. We're going to give this home title and contact us title. Okay. Okay, let's go. Let's quickly add something. Let's add heading to every each one of them. Okay. Our blog. So we're going to make this blog a bit bigger. That is not enough for us. So we go back in here and get what we want. What do we want? We want bigger size. Okay. So, okay, I could have I don't need any other thing there. All I just want is to make sure it's at the center and probably change, add more things to it, like our news blog, whatever like that. Our blog. You can call it a news blog or blog articles. Okay. Our blog. Just leave it. No confusion. All right, there's something you could do copy and pasting, just like if you're used to Microsoft Word also. If you've been using this in the past too, you could do copy and pasting and have the same work that you have here by dragging it to the next column. So a copy, you could duplicate as well. So I want to have in here, I paste here. What I want here is home page, apps home page. Okay, so I have it here. It's something that remain contact us. Okay, so I coming down to this very place here, the apps home page. Okay, we want this, so we want an headline. Okay, okay, beautiful. We have what we want now. Let's paste it in here and see if we can move it. If you can't move it, then our advice, we start everything from the scratch. I'll explain that. So this is a column. I crashed that. I want to add the inner section here. Okay. Now you will understand what I'm trying to do now. So something went wrong the other time. So because of the default design we had before. So we have our contact us here. You could as well change it from here or change it from there. So just pick a contact us from any of our site and have it here. Do we have any contact us on this page? Okay, so let's look for contact us. Where do we go to? We want to visit. Okay, let's choose any one of our sites. Sure works. Let's check out Snatcher contact. So let's see if you have anything in there. If it's not in there, then we get something for ourselves. Let's go to customer support. So we don't have anything here. If you have any contacts you want to put on the site, you go ahead and do that. Okay. So let's sorry about that. You could type in your contact in there. So I go ahead and type mine. Just want to, for the sake of this tutorial, for the sake of sorry about that. For the sake of this tutorial and for the sake of emphasis, let's refresh the page first. I'm going to be using our contact us in here, add yours also in there. Okay, so we have our site, apps home page, our blogs, contact us. Okay, so let's get something done. So our contact us goes this way. We just want to add a text editor. Okay, email support ANS TechCrunch online. Okay, 080 ANS click 0. Okay, so we have our address 213 John Doe Drive. So we have this. For more information, contact the following address. Okay, don't forget a break. We're used to that. We could use a paragraph this time around. Okay, so we're good. More inquiry. So we change this to an heading. Let's use a heading 2. Okay, so now we want to change the style, the text color. You find that the inquiry will not be affected. So we know what we are getting at. So now we want to add our form. The form is where you get your information mailed to. When your contact contacts you, when a message sent to your from your website, they fill a form, and this is the form that you present to your visitors, your clients, and they could contact you through this form, and you get the information, the message you're trying to pass across to you. Then you can revert to them as soon as possible also. Okay, now let's quickly create the form. we installed in our plugin earlier on, contact form 7. We can't do this now. So we just want to duplicate the site because we are still working. So apps dev.ga admin, scroll. Okay. Okay, we did this because we don't want to interrupt our work that we've been doing. Okay. So we close this one here. So we come to contact form. Contact. Okay, so right here. Okay, so don't worry about we have the default ones here, so we duplicate it. If you don't have a duplicator, go ahead and use the same. So home contact. So this is all that we need. Name, email of client, subject, the message, then the send. You could change the send to anything you want. You could change it to submit. You could change it to. We're going to leave it like that. Okay, so tutorialpayerboss.com. That's the default that we have in here. So we want to have something different in here. So we can decide to have support at anstechclick online. There's no error in our work yet. And if it's asking you for that, it is because if sender's email address does not belong to the site, then it's going to be issued. So what do? We'll leave it. Make sure sender's email is based on the site. If not, you will need to do some extra configuration, and it's beyond the scope of this course, so we don't want to waste our time or waste your time. So let's save. Okay, so the contact form, say contact home contact, not contact form copy. That was what we put in here. Home contact. So you need it, okay? Save it again. All right, so we can have it now. You copy this, or you go back to contact form, and there's something we call short code. Short code is a kind of tags that leads you to the primary work that has been done. Primary work that has been done on your page, on your site. Okay, so let's come back here. We could add you could use it. Let's use the text editor. Okay, so we control and remove the pseudo text and paste in the contact form and write contact us form. Okay, contact and break it. Let's go ahead with heading 1. Okay, let's change. We want to change everything here. We want to use white bar text. Sorry. So let's update and let's see what happens if our form appears, which it should. It's supposed to. So we have the home, we have the blog, we have the contact us right here. Bravo, isn't it? So let's quickly add image so that the inquiry and the text can be at the same level. Okay, so let's quickly see how we're going to do that. Go back to your home page where you're using the Elementor. So inquiry. Okay. Oh, sorry about this. I didn't notice this. So if that's the case, the emails are okay. There should be block quotes. We just want to make sure that there is a difference, sorry, between the text and the email. So let's make it a block quote. A block quote is an HTML tag, okay? Just like add H1 and H6 is and code like that. So our block quote, we have decided to segment that information to indicate that it is important. So let's add image. Let's just add image of okay. Let's add the best of centered image. This time around, we want to go by this. Okay, centralize it. You make it a bit bigger. What do we have? If you put this, then the whole page is going to be fitted in. Okay. Okay, so we have something fitted in here. Then we have our mobile support address and email. Let's add one more tutorial at payyourboss.com. So we are already using paragraph, and we could put the email. We just want to make sure that we utilize our work and to make sure that they are not later together. Okay, that is the basic reason why we are doing all this. So let's have tutorial pay your boss on the next line. Okay, I think it could go there. Let's bold the mobile, the address. Okay, then the website. Our website, ANS TechCrunch online apps dev TA. So don't forget, the hosting is basically meant for this tutorial, and it's a trial version, and soon it will be expiring. But for the sake of the tutorial, we are making it available for now, and we can decide to move App Store's GA to another server because we are not planning, or we could plan to buy the host package so that it can remain available for students. All right, so we have this. How do we navigate from the home to the blog and contact us and all this and that? How do we do it? Okay, so let's create our CSS ID. The CSS ID is an ID that allows you to navigate from one part of the site to another by just following the tag identity that you have given to each column in your page. So we go to advanced, you have to make a CSS ID and look for CSS ID right here. We don't have any, so we have home page. Just so simple like that. Update it. Okay. Now let's come to the blog. Come to advanced and make the CSS ID blog update. Just as simple as that. Come down to contact us, and let's have come to advanced and let's have contacts. Okay, and not this. Beautiful. These are now our navigation. But if you refresh the page, you found out that we don't really have any navigation here yet. Click on it, it returns you, okay, the fourth block of the site. Contact us, blog, and home. We are going to change that right now. So since we have a a default blog for the site. So we are going to put read more or learn more on our site. We're going to come down and read more because we are going to be removing that from our site right now. So how do we do that? So let's go ahead and insert link in the apps dev. Let's just come down here and paste in the blog. Okay, so we go ahead and okay, so let's go. Now we are done with the home page, and whatever that we want to do right now, we could achieve without being on the home page anymore. But let's do our best to make sure that our error have been fixed. Now let's go back to appearance and menu. So menu. Okay, so the home page now, I'm going to change to custom and custom and custom. Okay, so we need a custom link and call it home. Okay, then we are going to pick the apps dev. Now this where this CSS ID works, you use the hash and type the home page. It takes you directly to where the site is. Sorry about that. The URL should be that. URL hash home page. Then we should have the link text here. Okay. So let's remove this. The blog. We remove all the pages. Okay. We want to deal with a single page. All right. So right now we add another custom link. We call it hash blog right on the home page there. Okay. So the blog. So we have another URL that we added. We have put a hash and call it contacts. Don't forget that we didn't add any s. If you are having any issue, then you have to check your CSS ID to see it's correct. So now we have everything as custom link, no longer a page link. One thing about a page link is that it's static, but a custom link can change any time. You could change it based on the URL you want to see that. Now let's refresh our page. Let's refresh it. Okay, so let's quickly get back to home because the reason why we are still having this is because we are not back on the home. Okay, home page. Let's refresh the site first and let's see how and where our text takes us. So let's go to home now. Blog, contact us. Okay, I think the issue here is that we put this, we are supposed to pick something up here. Okay, it's working, but we need to help. Okay, society is for blog. Let's help our home page. If the society is dropping down too fast here, then we should bring it down here to the spacer. Let's bring it down here to the spacer. Let's update it here. So you could troubleshoot on and on to make sure that your CSS ID work exactly at the side place where you want. If it's still coming down here, then we are going to be forced to take it to the first page, which is the slides. Okay. All right, let's go. The welcome message itself. Let's bring the CSS ID to the welcome message. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's refresh our site again. and let's see what it looks like. Okay, so let's refresh. Let's go down. This is up, the home, right? Good. The app's home page, unbeatable price with excellence. Let's check the blog. Let's assume you want to go to the blog right from here. So you click on it, it brings you down here. The blog seems to be a bit faster. So what we do here is to make sure that it works exactly the way we want. This is blog here. The contact us, come down to contact. So we'll send our messages. So, okay, alpha applicant one. My email is just that inquiry. Tell me more about your service. So, send processing to see if forms work. There was an error trying to send message. Please try again later. Now, something is wrong with the configuration of our form, and we need to go see that. Though that is not part of this course, but we are going to see right away what the problem may be so that we can have our form working properly. Let's check. Okay, we have whom contact us here and the mail. Okay, might be the problem. Okay, this is exactly what we have here. And we have, let's just put something sudo there. Okay, we have WordPress at appsdev.ga and code like that. And we have this. So what's the problem? Our WordPress did not indicate any problem from the back end. Then what may actually be the problem? Why is it saying this? Then that moves us to one thing. We are using the trial version, so you don't expect it to work. Trial is not going to allow us to do a lot of things. When you are using a trial hosting package, these are the things that you face. So that is just that. The site is ready. Our one-page site design, based on what we said, we have actually been able to achieve domain registration, hosting my domain, installing WordPress framework, launching WordPress site, choosing themes and plugin to work with, a one-page website, live project. If you have joined us in completing this course and you have been able to get it right, congratulations. And you have not yet gotten your own right, I will advise you go over this course video again and again until you get it. If there's any question, visit our contact support at ANS TechClick. Go to the help support there and contact us. We will be glad to support you to render the support that we can, as long as it is we that's to do with the course. Make sure in your subject you include WordPress from scratch. All right, thank you for watching and thank you for your time. See you in our next video.